a village named Radhanagar, Surekha lived with her husband Vishwanath. They had a son who worked abroad. Surekha and Vishwanath were extremely miserly, calculated the value of everything, and only bought the cheapest things for their home. Now, their son Shubham was coming to the village and planned to stay for a few days. Surekha and Vishwanath started looking for a good marriage alliance for him. They wanted their son to marry into a wealthy family so that the bride would bring a lot of wealth into their home. But one day, Shubham told them that he loved a girl named Madhuri who had studied with him in college. She was from a very poor family, but despite Shubham moving abroad, their love remained strong and they wanted to marry. Hearing this, Shubham's mother, "What nonsense is this, Shubham? We want to arrange your marriage in a well-off family. And you say you love a girl from a poor family. She will bring nothing to this house."
Oh Mom, what do we need? We have everything. She will bring love into our home and keep us all together. Mom, if I marry, it will be only and only to Madhuri.
Son, just think, if a rich girl comes into our home, she will bring gold, silver, money, everything. Even after listening to his mother, Shubham remained firm on his decision. Unwillingly, Surekha and Vishwanath had to agree to Shubham's marriage with Madhuri. Since they were not happy with this marriage, they arranged for a simple wedding, as they were not willing to spend much on their marriage. After the wedding, Surekha started plotting ways to get Madhuri out of the house. For example, whenever Madhuri cooked food and went into her room after cooking, Surekha went inside and added salt, or she added chili to the whole food. And while having dinner, she created a scene. One day, Madhuri, after finishing her work, goes into her room. After some time, everyone assembled in the dining room. As they start, Surekha, after having her first bite, "What is this, Madhuri? What have you cooked? It only tastes like chili. It feels like someone mixed chilies in water and served it. You don't even know how to cook properly." "Oh, now this is happening every day. Shubham, is this your choice? Your choice is a girl who cannot even cook properly?" Despite hearing daily taunts from Surekha, Madhuri never said anything. She had a very calm nature and a lot of patience. 1 month had passed since Shubham had come to India, and now he had to return for work. So he said to Madhuri,
Madhuri, I have to go abroad again for some time. But I promise you one thing. As soon as my contract ends, I will return and settle here. I will start my work here only.
"All right, Shubham, focus on your work. But remember, after you return, I will never let you go back again." Surekha was secretly listening to their conversation from outside the room. She thought to herself, "Ha ha ha, look at her saying she won't let him go again. If my son doesn't work, where will the money come for this house?" Now Shubham left for work abroad. A few days later, one day, after finishing all her chores, Madhuri was watching TV in her room when Surekha started shouting loudly, "Hey, do you have any other work besides watching TV?" Hearing Surekha's loud voice, Madhuri quickly ran to her. Seeing her, Surekha yelled even louder, "All day you sit watching TV. Every room has a fan running, lights are on, the washing machine is running. Have you seen this month's electricity bill? And on top of that, we have to pay extra for the TV connection. So many expenses, and there is only one earning member. Look, Madhuri, enough is enough. From today, all TV connections are cut. Only one fan will run in this house. No one will use lights during the day. It's too hot. From now on, no washing machine and no need for a fridge in this house. Understood? Remember this." Saying this, Surekha walked away and went to her room to sleep peacefully under the fan with Vishwanath. Madhuri felt very hurt by this, but she didn't say anything and quietly went to her room, turned off the fan and TV and lay down to rest. A few more days passed like this. Surekha didn't miss a single chance to trouble Madhuri. Being miserly, she always bought the cheapest vegetables from the market and insisted on cooking with minimal oil. The scorching summer had arrived. One day, after finishing all her work, Madhuri also made potato papads. Tired, she went to sit under the fan in Surekha's room. She wanted to relax for some time under the fan. But Vishwanath was sleeping there. Seeing Madhuri in her room, Surekha asks, "What happened, Madhuri? Do you need something?"
No, Mamiji, I was just very tired today. I have been working in the sun since morning, so thought of sitting here for some air.
Look, Madhuri, your father-in-law is sleeping. I cannot wake him up just for you. Here, take this hand fan and use it for yourself. Seeing all this, Madhuri felt like crying inside, but she didn't say anything to anyone. One day, Madhuri was cleaning the house when a sari vendor came. Seeing him, Madhuri called him and started looking at saris. Just then, Surekha arrived and asked, "Madhuri, why did you call him?"
Mamiji, some of my saris are torn, so I was thinking of buying a new one.
Oh, Madhuri, you got so many saris during your wedding. Take one from those. I have told you many times that prices have risen too much. Don't waste money. But you didn't bring anything from your parents' home, and now you're only spending our money. Hearing Surekha's words, Madhuri felt very hurt, but she says nothing and goes inside the home crying. Seeing this, the sari vendor says,
Madam, if your daughter-in-law really wants one, then buy it. These saris are not expensive.
"Oh, I know very well. You don't need to tell me. Our daughter-in-law didn't bring a treasure from her home so that I keep her buying things all the time. Leave from here." A few more days passed like this. One day, Madhuri's mother, Mai, came to visit her at her in-laws' house. Seeing her, Surekha, "Oh Lord, why has she come in these expensive times?" Mai brought a lot of fruits, fresh vegetables, and some sweets with her. Placing them aside, she said to Madhuri,
Madhuri dear, you are looking worse day by day. Have you taken care of yourself? When your husband returns, he will be heartbroken to see you like this. Mom, what do I say? My mother-in-law is extremely miserly and arrogant. She doesn't even allow fans to be used, whether it's day or night. I get exhausted from all the work, and she only buys the cheapest vegetables from the market. Fruits never enter this house. Surekha overheard this. She stepped forward. "Listen, Samdhanji, if you have any objections, you can take your daughter back with you. Otherwise, you should be the one bringing her fresh fruits and vegetables." I have brought these from my village itself. Take them.
Surekha took the bag of fruits and vegetables into the kitchen. She picked out a fruit and thought to herself eating that. Wow, wow, wow. It's been so long since I last ate a fruit. Wow, these are so juicy. I will eat them all. She started eating fruits from the basket, and meanwhile Madhuri to her mother,
Mom, I'm really troubled, but after all, this is my home, isn't it?
After talking for some time, Mom prepared to leave. Just then, Surekha said, "Oh, you are leaving so soon? Sit for a while. Actually, I was just about to make tea, but we ran out of tea leaves." "No problem, Samdhanji. I will take my leave." 6 months passed this way. Shubham was about to return home. But one day, while working, Madhuri felt dizzy and collapsed there. Surekha lays her on the bed and calls the doctor home. The doctor says to Surekha,
Ma'am, she's suffering from dehydration and a lack of vitamins. That's why she became unconscious.
"Doctor, how much will her treatment cost?"
Medicines worth about 1,000 to 2,000 rupees.
After the doctor left, Surekha thought to herself,
Oh no, if I spend 1,000 to 2,000 rupees on her, how will I manage? Whole of our budget will be distorted. I should do one thing. I will use home remedies to treat her.
Surekha started giving Madhuri lots of water and continued feeding her the same cheap vegetables and low-cost fruits. But Madhuri's condition worsened day by day. Then, one day, Shubham returned home. He was extremely happy. However, Surekha and Vishwanath were gone to the market. Madhuri was alone at home. Seeing her sick, Shubham became very upset and
Hey Madhuri, you look so weak. What happened to your health? And where are mom and dad? How could they leave you in this condition?
seeing Shubham, Madhuri started crying loudly. She tried to go to him but couldn't even stand. Shubham quickly sat beside her. Madhuri then told him,
Mom and Dad have gone to the market.
Crying, Madhuri told Shubham everything. Without wasting time, he took her to the hospital and started her treatment. When Surekha and Vishwanath returned home, they looked for Madhuri. Soon, Shubham came back from the hospital. Seeing him, Surekha and Vishwanath grew nervous. Shubham asked his mother,
Hey mom, where is Madhuri? I have brought so many things for all of you.
Hearing this, Surekha and Vishwanath get even more scared. Then Surekha says to him,
Son, we went to the market. Madhuri was at home. We don't know where she went. We were also looking for her.
Mom, Dad, you left her alone while she was sick. Couldn't you get her proper treatment at a hospital? Do you even know she was admitted to the ICU today? Her condition had worsened. The doctor even warned that she might not survive. I don't know when your arrogance and miserliness will end. If anything happens to my Madhuri, consider that your son will no longer exist in this world either. Don't even try to meet or talk to me again. Hope I am clear to both of you.
As soon as Shubham said this, Surekha and Vishwanath's eyes opened. They realized their mistake. They apologized to Shubham, went to the hospital and prayed for Madhuri's recovery. They also took care of her. Within a few days, Madhuri recovered and returned back home. Surekha said to Madhuri,
Madhuri, please forgive us. I troubled you a lot, but you never ever complained. We were always such a miser, and we were so arrogant that our son worked abroad and that he earned good salary. It was due to our miserly and arrogant behavior we treated the goddess of our house as a servant. Please forgive us. From now onwards, we will be treating you as our daughter, just as Shubham is our son.